Hello, NEURODIVAS. Back again, is it? Keen. No, come in. Take a seat. Welcome back to me gaff. Thank you so much for subscribing, by the way. I am turning 31 in a couple of weeks. Taurus season, babe. The best season. For anyone wondering, I am a Taurus sun, Virgo rising, and Scorpio moon. And I also have a Scorpio stellium. So just know I'm fun and intense. The duality of me. As you can see from this week's title, this is for all of yous in your 30s, going into your 30s, who are not taking that traditional path, shall we say. I think with late diagnosed ADHD women, most of us peak later in life. I'm still waiting for me peak, of course, but we're on the way and we're closer than we've ever been before. And I just know that that's going to happen for you as well. So even if it feels like we're just starting to get our feet on the ground, I actually don't feel that rushed. I was diagnosed with ADHD at 28, so I'm only 3 years old in ADHD years. I'm still a youth, so let me live. We were never really good at societal expectations anyway. I don't know about you, but being rebellious is in my bones. And sometimes it's actually a bit of a disadvantage, but most of the time it's a good thing. It means that we're building our own lanes and lives. We don't follow anyone else. The thought of following societal traditions and timelines just makes me want to do the complete opposite. But you want to make sure that then you're not living in spite rather than living for yourself. Which there is a really thin line with us. It does feel good though, doesn't it? Doing things out of spite gets me fired up, but it shouldn't. But it does. But I don't know if you've noticed, there's this sort of passive aggressive energy in the air as you go into your 30s. If we're not doing what everyone else is doing, there's a sort of judgement in the air. People are getting engaged, buying gaffs, popping out babies, and we're still popping puss. And that's a bit uncomfortable for other people that are following the traditional paths. Do you know what I mean? We will hear things like, "You're not still going out, are you? Oh, I don't remember the last time I went out. I don't really do that anymore." The quiet judgment is loud, actually. And you know what? I didn't understand my own brain for my whole life. In my 20s, I had over 20 jobs, turbulent relationships, friendships. I hated staying still. And I didn't realise at the time, but everyone around me was building a more stable life, slowly and quietly, staying in the same jobs, the same group of mates. And at the time, undiagnosed, unself-aware, it was impossible not to compare myself to everyone else and their decisions. I couldn't understand why I weren't able to do that, no matter how hard I tried. But now I finally understand. So the thought of settling and slowing down, immediately no. And we spoke about this in last week's episode, but music and nightlife, they were never just phases for me. I did all the experimenting, I separated it all. My relationship with it became so much healthier. I realised I actually needed the dance floor and needed music. I just needed it in a way that was better for my brain. I realised it was where I felt most normal, regulated. It is a necessary ritual in my life, and I have met the best people on the dance floor. Not circumstantial, not situational, nothing forced. There is nothing better than friendships forming out of genuine common interest, do you know what I mean? Not just because you were at work, at school. I also have a Rave Babes group chat, women only, over 25. There are so many mixed ages in there, and I know I'll be a Rave Babe well into my 70s. That group has just made me feel so at ease and at peace and comfortable with this still being my life. Like, this is the life that I want to live. And I think it's really easy to pick apart nightlife in your 30s. For other people who just don't understand or don't have that connection. Oh, they're still going out, as if it's a sign of not growing up or immaturity. But let's have it right. Who the fuck wants to grow up anyway? I don't. People love comfort and they love the unspoken circle of rules. Anyone that steps their little toe outside of that circle, whether that is going out well into your 30s and beyond, not following a traditional path, deciding they want to do something new, and it's not something that they could ever see themselves doing, it interrupts the status quo. And as women with ADHD, we are that personified. I know that I will never be pushing an infant out of my vagina. And knowing that, it does make you a bit scared on occasion that you will be lonely in that decision to be child free. But actually, through creating content, meeting people on the dance floor, and aligning my close circle after my diagnosis and over the last couple of years, there are so many other women who feel just like this, and that makes me feel empowered more than anything. I also don't think about owning a gaff. I mean, that is nowhere on the map of being a possibility at the moment, with -2,000 and hopes and dreams in my bank account. But what I mean is, I would love an apartment in London, 3rd or 4th floor, if we're being specific, a terrace. I don't want a behemoth of a gaff, and I don't give a fuck about owning it. Every part of my life right now in my 30s is nothing like how I thought it would be at 21. But weirdly, I feel at peace with it now. If you ever feel rushed, out of place, or find yourself comparing, that energy is wasted over there, babes. Direct it back to yourself and trust that our timeline is made for us. We ain't gonna be late to it. If I could exclusively hang around with only NEURODIVAS, I would, because I swear we all have a similar path, but we are gonna lead such fun and fulfilling lives. So just leave me on the dance floor, all right? Come back next week for episode 3 of the biggest NEURODIVA convention on the YouTube. And let me know if you want me to yap on anything else, any advice, gossip. My DMs are open, and I'm quite enjoying doing these, you know. See yous next week. Love yous.